Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Zero Bello. Photoshop, what an amazing feature in our phones. I don't use it because I think it's false advertisement, but that's just me. And while some makeup on a lady looks pretty good, that same makeup on a man looks weird, or at least to most of us. So here's a good looking lady. Although you can Photoshop probably elephant's butt and make it look pretty. Can you? At Oakville Trafalgar High School, Mr. Lemieux, also known as Miss Kyla Lemieux, is teaching woodworking class. Apparently Mr. Freakazoid boobs weigh 35 pounds or about 15 kilos and are twice the size of a grown man's head. What? Students say that his nipples are always protruding and he wears a see-through blouses. My question is, if a female teacher was doing that, wouldn't she be in the world of doo-doo? And if this is the case, why is this strange person not only getting away with it, but the school board supports him? Honestly, when I was a kid, if I came into the classroom and I saw a dude with a wig and a humongous bazungas, I'll be running for the hills. So to most people, this person looks strange. And by strange, I mean freaking weird. And while this might be perfectly okay in the privacy of his own home, or a party with other people that are into this sort of thing, how is it okay to be in school? What am I saying is that if you see a crazy person who thinks that they're Napoleon, God, you would look at them in a sad, compassionate way and wonder, how can you help them? Put them through therapy. Not trust them with the developing brains of your kids or hire them as a babysitters. Isn't that the reason we rate movies on TV and censor contents for young kids and decide what is okay and not okay for them to watch? I think so, and so does everyone that has half a brain. But I speak for most when I think that nowadays everybody's afraid to be labeled and called all kinds of things by the few, the proud, and the weird. And by that I mean the progressives. They love to put a label. You are xenophobic because you are postponing that beautiful vacation you had planned for China. You're a homophobe because you're not on a parade celebrating homosexuality with half-naked people dancing on the street. You're racist because of tons of reasons they invent, even though, at least for me, the only time I think of racism is when they talk about it. To sum it up, if you want to be different, be different. It's a free country, but not in school, please. And if you don't agree with me, well, maybe you are the one that is weird and people are just afraid to let you know. Again, I wouldn't want a female teacher that looks like that teaching my kid. Not to mention Mr. this guy. And it doesn't matter what the progressive crazy people call him. He's still a dude with a wig and fake bazungas. But this is Canada, say you. Well, I got some bad news. Oregon schools are now mandating tampons in the boys' bathrooms. Yes, you heard me correctly. It is called menstrual equity. What? Democrat Governor Kate Brown signed the Menstrual Dignity Act, which forces elementary schools and high schools to put free tampons, at least they're free, in dispensers in every bathroom, including the boys' bathrooms. The Oregon State of Education Department says the new tampon law affirms the right to menstrual dignity for transgender, intersex, non-binary, and two-spirit students, whatever that is. And I gotta be honest with you, I had to look some of those things up. Maybe somebody needs to tell those idiots that it doesn't matter how transgender you are, bummer for you, you'll never be in period. Even though Last time I checked, being period is what women hate the most about being a woman. Nobody goes like, woo, here comes my period. So happy. Where are the tampons? Tampon party! And by the way, you're no longer allowed to say menstruating girls. Now you have to call them menstruating students because you don't know which sex they are. Wow. If that's not enough, the Oregon Department of Education released a toolkit for educators and schools that are supposed to provide gender-affirming, medically accurate instructions on how to use the tampons. So parents now can sleep at night because their mighty sons will now know how to use a tampon. The law also was passed in Illinois and California. Good news. But wouldn't it make more sense to pay for something else regarding education? I don't know, like build more schools or remodel the existing ones, raise the salary of normal teachers? Wouldn't it make more sense to do this rather than spend millions of dollars to put machines in old schools and waste taxpayers' money for idiocy? Let's get into the world news. While we are on the subject of weirdos, a convicted rapist in Scotland allegedly changed his identity to woman so that he would be placed in a woman's jail. Women's jail? You put him in women's jail? He's a rapist. It's kind of like if you had Dracula guard the blood bank. Designers have created a very limited edition $134,000 iPhone with a diamond stud gold Rolex in the back. Yeah, so now when you drop and break your phone, you can crack two expensive items or drown them in the toilet. My question is, why would you need a watch on the back of the phone? What's wrong with the one on the front? Or you didn't trust this one, it have to be a bloody Rolex. For $134,000, I'll follow you around and tell you what time it is every 5 minutes. That can be kind of annoying though. As I said in our last episode, study published early January suggests men taking Viagra may add years to their lives. However, they had problems trying to close the caskets of men who died while taking Viagra. A company is offering to pay up to $1,000 for a couple to build IKEA furniture together. Now, if you messed up last Valentine's, like you forgot to buy a present, forgot it was Valentine's, and she has forgiven you for whatever that is, now it's a perfect opportunity to destroy your relationship forever. And now, in the world of inventions, Hyundai has invented a car that can walk. The car will have different walking modes that would allow it to move in any different directions, and its legs can fold and you can drive it just like any other car on the road. Yes, we all have heard of flying cars before, and that's pretty cool and very interesting, but walking car? Very impressive. So now we have a car that can do exactly what we all can do, walk. Not to mention that it is a Hyundai, and it's bad enough when it breaks down on the side of the road. Now you get a chance to break down on the side of a freaking mountain. You'll be hanging out there forever. Researchers of MIT have created a brand new glove, which looks like a bunch of bananas, but it's actually a assisted glove with inflatable fingers that can grip different kind of objects. The glove is meant to supplement finger muscle movement for people that have no muscle control and movement to complete tasks that normal hand can do. That is really amazing and cool idea, and it seems to be working pretty well. However, if you spend millions and millions of dollars in research and development, wouldn't you make a glove that looks like a hand and not like 2 pounds of bananas that you got from the grocery store? A video of an anteater has gone viral because it has confused many on the internet, with people wondering if the anteater has 2 heads. But if you take a closer look, it actually You can see that this is a paw of the anteater, and it's perfectly normal apparently because all giant anteaters have one paw that is hairier and looks a little different than the other. But if you took even a closer look and you saw that there was 3 legs and 2 heads,
You can put 2 and 3 together.
look honey, there's the strangest animal in the world. It's got 3 legs and 2 heads.
We spend years training our dogs, so someday they can train our children.
babies. And today, Einstein Cup goes to those freaking idiots. I love those guys. There's a poker game in my house every Saturday night, and they're always invited. That was all from me. See you soon. I am Zero Bella.